What's going on, guys? This is Redline here, bringing you guys a Destiny 2 Warlok Void 3.0 PVE build. A few notable things about this build is that it's a pretty good overall. It's actually pretty fun, but it's a good overall build. It contributes to your ability energy, your survivability, and your damage. So that's a great thing about it. One of the cons about it is that you can't really take it into like night falls, because none of the artifact mods favor the weapons that I'm about to show y'all. But I think you pretty much can use this everywhere else. I haven't brought this into the raid. I haven't actually done the raid yet. But for what I've seen, there's a lot of ads involved in that raid. So this could work out pretty well. So outside of that, let's get into it. Starting with the subclass, I'm using the Warlok subclass, obviously. Um, the super I'm using is the Nova Bomb Cataclysm. If you're unfamiliar, it's a Nova Bomb that you throw and explodes into other seeking projectiles. The grenade I'm using is the Vortex grenade. Highly recommend you use it. You don't have to, but this is the grenade that I prefer to use. It seems to be the most effective. The aspects I'm using is Chaos Accelerant, which pretty much you can hold your grenades to overcharge them and make them better and more effective. Feed the Void. Defeat targets with Void ability to activate Devour. Devour feast on the energy of your defeated foes. Final blows restore you to health, grant grenade energy, and extend Devour. So that's going to contribute to your survivability. The fragments I'm using is Echo of Explosion. Void ability, final blows, causes targets to explode. That helps great with crowd control. Your Void grenade weakens targets. This is going to help with, weakening and the bosses and taking more, for them to take more damage from you. Echo of Instability. Defeating targets with the grenades grants volatile rounds to your void weapons. This is also going to contribute to the crowd control and the DPS of your build. The weapons I'm using with this build, as my primary weapon, I'm using the exotic Sidearm Traveler's Chosen. It comes with the intrinsic trait Gathering Light. Final blows, this weapon grants stacks of Gathering Light. Long press square to consume stacks of granting melee, grenade, class ability, energy based on a number of stacks. And the extra trait that comes with it is Gift of the Traveler. Each stack of Gathering Light improves this weapon's reload, handling, and target acquisition. Now, I chose this weapon because of the Traveler's Chosen Catalyst, which comes with full auto and osmosis. Using your grenade ability changes this weapon's damage type to match your subclass until you stow it. So anytime I use my grenade, it's going to change this sidearm into a void sidearm. Next up, I'm using the Likely Suspect fusion rifle, which I crafted myself with Firmly Planted and Adagio, and the Red Herring rocket launcher, which I crafted using with the traits Tracking Module and Lasting Impression. Now, this build is based around creating elemental mods, which by default gives you ability energy as well, and it's also going to proc everything you need. So starting with the helmet, I have a Netherrack Sand helmet, which I've made void. The mods I'm using is Harmonic Siphon, Rapid Weapon Final Blows with damage match to your subclass type, creating Orb Power. So anytime you give Rapid Void kills, it's going to proc an Orb of Power. If you have room for more points, you might want to take, if you have a different mod here, you can use something else if you want to. I really didn't have anything that I really wanted to use, so I chose this Harmonic Siphon, which, of course, when you collect the Orb Power, it's also going to contribute to your super. And I'm using Fuse Rifle Ammo Finder to help, make sure I get a lot of ammo back from a fusion rifle. And I'm using Well of Tenacity as my combat mod. Picking up a Void Elemental Well reduces damage you take from combatants for a short period of time. So you're going to get a lot of resistance and a lot of defense with this mod. Anytime you pick up a Void Elemental Well, you're going to gain a lot of resistance. So this is going to contribute to your survivability as well as the Viral Well. The gloves I'm using, Stasis gloves. I'm using Stasis gloves for the grenade kickstart mods. So I got 2 of those so they can stack. When your grenade energy is fully expended, you gain grenade energy. And the combat mod I'm using is the Font of Might Elemental Well mod. Picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type grants a temporary bonus to weapon damage of that same elemental type. So anytime I pick up a void well, I'm going to get a damage boost. That's going to contribute to your damage overall, to your weapons. And the chest piece I'm using is a void chest piece. You don't have to use a void chest piece, but I chose it for the resistance mod, void resistance, and the artifact mod, thermal shock plating, which gives me resistance against solar damage and arc damage to contribute to the survivability. And the combat mod is high energy fire while charged with light, gain a bonus to weapon damage. Each defeated combatant consumes one stack or charged with light. And I'm going to tell you how to become charged with light with the boots. I have rocket launcher scavenger and fusion rifle scavenger. And the combat mod I'm using is become charged with light by picking up an elemental well. If the elemental type matches your subclass element, you gain 2 stacks of charge with light. So anytime I pick up an elemental well, I'm gonna become charged with light, which is also going to proc high energy fire and is also going to proc fonts of might, and they do stack with each other. So I think it's like a 15% plus a 20% damage boost. The bond I'm using, I have Devouring Depths. Casting your Void super while you are critically wounded or benefiting from Devour increases your damage with that super. So anytime I'm critically wounded or Devour is active, if I cast my super while it's active, then I'm going to be doing extra damage pretty much from with my Nova Bomb. And I'm using Overload Grenades. You don't have to use this if you don't want to. But Void Grenades disrupt combatants, stunning them, delaying ability energy regeneration, and lowering combatant damage output, strong against Overlord champions. And the combat mod I'm using is Elemental Ordnance. Defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an Elemental well that matches your subclass energy type. So, because you're going to be getting your ability energy back so fast, and your grenades back so fast, you're going to be able to proc this really, really easily. So, anytime you throw a grenade and get a kill with it, it's going to proc an Elemental well. And when you grab the elemental well, all your buffs is going to be active at the same time. So overall, this is a pretty good build. You got survivability, you got ability energy, and you got damage. And all the damage is also going to contribute to the fusion rifle and the rocket launcher as well, because they're void. So some people may say this might be overkill as far as the ability energy, because you pretty much got 3 sources to get your energy back: the Traveler's Chosen, the Nezarec Sin, and grabbing the Elemental Well themselves. But I'm going to show you guys some gameplay just to show you guys the synergy of it. Hopefully you enjoy it and you try this build out yourself. It's really, really fun. Without further ado, let's get into the gameplay.
pyramid is safe, but the Scorn will never give up their fight. Not while the Witness guides them.